Hey YouTube, so I went to Uwharrie National Park with a Going Coastal Jeep Club, and this will be the last video in the entire series of all this Uwharrie footage. And this was the last trail that we did, and then we broke down camp. That is Lawrence there. He's one of the officers of Going Coastal, and he's a firefighter, so he has the blinky lights that he has on his vehicle. So the cattle chute is this scenic part of the Rocky Mountain Loop that has these high steep walls around it. Typically, spotting is not really necessary for this. I've seen some places where um, stock vehicles and newer drivers have required a little bit of spotting or something because there was like some loose gravel or something like that. But for the most part, um, this particular obstacle is not very challenging, and pretty much any kind of Jeep that has four-wheel drive should be able to easily make it over this obstacle, not feel too worried about anything. So right there you can see just a little bit of spotting is required, even though I just said that it's not really necessary. Um, so I'd like to point out, and it has to do with hills and stuff. So typically when you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, it really means that it's like a two-wheel drive vehicle. It means that one of the wheels in the front and one of the wheels in the back has power. That's what four-wheel drive is. And typically whichever wheel is the farthest down, in which gravity is pushing on the most, is going to be the wheel that has traction. Meaning, like in the case that you just saw there, where the vehicle started slipping, it was because the back tire was in that little hole there on the left where it was like loose gravel. Because most of the weight was being pushed down on that one tire, because they're tilted upwards and they're at a slight angle. That's why they lost traction, because it was that specific tire. And by backing up and then just taking a slightly different route, once they got that lowest tire on something that was firm, they went right up it with no problem. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. It's kind of a concept that's hard to think about from the driver's seat. But basically, if you're going up or down a mountainside, typically the lowest wheel on the vehicle is the one that has more weight on it than the other wheels, if that makes sense. And that lowest wheel is the one that you really have to focus on getting traction. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with saying that is, if you have lockers or something like that, it's not like that's the only wheel that has power. The other wheels can assist with pulling you up, but really the main wheel that has the most amount of traction will be the one that's like the lowest one. So this is Sebastian. Sebastian is one of the other officers of Goin Coastal. I think he just recently bought a Wrangler, um, but he would be the smallest and lowest vehicle in our group, um, bringing a Grand Cherokee that's fully connected. When I say connected, he doesn't disconnect a sway bar or anything like that. So we had about twice as many Jeeps as what you're seeing here in this footage. However, we broke into two groups, like I was saying, and so this is going to be just basically like about half of the group. I don't have an exact count. I probably could go back and through the footage and count them up, but we had somewhere around 25 to 30 Jeeps altogether, and each group was somewhere around like 12 to 15 Jeeps. Um, we do have some amazing footage planned for 2020, and we still have quite a few additional trips that both we've already done, and trips that we have already planned that we're going to post. So all this footage that you're seeing right now is basically the Thanksgiving footage, and over the Christmas time frame when you're actually watching this, we were in Las Vegas doing the Valley Fire, and then we have some snow ride footage also from some different other trips that we've done in the snow, and then of course the up and coming friends and family snow ride. So this is my Jeep coming up here that you can see. I'm filming, but somebody else's, Amber, is actually driving my Jeep because I wanted to be able to record it. and I believe we are the tail, so that will be the end of Uwharrie. Thank you, and please like and subscribe.